and that will be Instagram. Hey, see how we can get all of this stuff sort of organized. And if this one don't want to act right, I think this one might be better. Hopefully we got everybody in. Hey, thank you so much for joining me today. And thank you so much for joining me today. All right, we're all in, guys. This is live uncut with no frills or chills. Hi, guys. I'm Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach, coming to you live once again with the live chats with Babs. Thank you so much for coming on to my show today. Today, we are going to be talking again about the book Beginner to Broadway, the how-to guide for aspiring artists that I'm super, super excited that should be coming out on Black Friday. So I'm super excited about that. We've been working on this book for quite a while, and it's at publishers, and they're doing their thing. So I'm really excited to see all of this happening. Hi, Mohammed. So I'm really excited to see all the things that are happening in the next coming weeks. You should be able to see content of next week's interview is with Helen Gillick, and she will be one of the casting directors that we will be interviewing on Chats with Babs. You should be able to see us talking to managers, casting directors, entertainers, actors, all working toward one theme and cause, and that is giving you information, education, and quality content on how you can use these things to help you promote your gift to be able to become the part. Why is it when you get on here, all of a sudden, you hear tractors? I'm not on the street. See, this is what we go through. Now, see, this is where my personality come out. You know what I'm saying? So, but hopefully you can hear me through this, because I just want to know how long it's gonna. They done came all the way up into our driveway to sit by the window, and the windows are closed, guys. They're closed. So hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, please let me know. Leave the comments in the chat. Hi, Amiel. All right, so we really want to continue to talk to you about that. If you are an actor or actress and you are trying to get in on the Broadway scene and you're trying to figure it out and don't understand exactly where you're going and what's happening here, give me 1 second. Hold on. 1 second. Or everything want to act crazy at the wrong time. This is what you call live and in person. You can't get no better than that. It's live and in person. So you'll see one camera saying there's a problem, there's a problem. All right, so I'm on 3 different things, and if you are watching, make sure that you click like and share so you can be able to get a chance to do this. Today I am going to be reading chapter 1 of Beginner to Broadway, at least some portions of it, so you'll get a chance to see exactly what's going on. If you have not had a chance to purchase your book, we are on pre-sales right now. Please take time to go to International Vocal Coach or even beginnertobroadway.com. It is there. Click the link. As a matter of fact, I'll have Mur put the link below so you all can be able to get a copy of the book. In this book, I tried to make it so practical. I probably gave too much information, but I tried my best to make it so practical so you won't be me walking down the street saying what to do. What's next? okay. I did. I saw other people had written, it wasn't a lot, but it was one or two people that had written some things that I took what little bit I could take from theirs so I can learn exactly where to go, what to do. Headshot photographer, man, please. I had taken one of my cell phones when my cell phones in use because I'm talking to you on them. But I took the cell phone, I took myself a selfie, and I ran to Walgreens, got a process, made it an 8x10, and took it with me because again, I was coming out, really didn't have a lot of finances, and I was like, listen, by any means necessary, I'm not missing these auditions. And I don't want you to get a chance to miss auditions either. So I want to make sure that you have what you need so you can grow. We want you to grow. All right. So what I'm going to do at this time, as I'm talking about the book, I don't know if you had a chance to even read the cover. If you haven't, go ahead and read the cover of the book so you can know exactly what's happening and you'll be able to grow and become the best version of you. I'm pulling my book up as we speak so we can take it from here. Here it is. All right, here we go. I'm skipping the forward so I can get to it. Internet, don't fail me now. Oh my gosh, so exciting. All right, chapter 1. First and foremost, I want to express my full-hearted thanks to you for taking the time to read the pages of this book. It has emerged from a need I frequently encountered with aspiring actors and performers. This need sprung from a problem I once faced when I began to navigate through the industry intricacies. Moving from the Midwest town of Gary, Indiana, to the bustling metropolis of New York City was a monumental shift, especially when driven by a dream to perform, but lacking the means to do so. It all began with my passion for performing and my high school teacher, Miss Marjorie Key. I got to stop there. I know I read my book, but I have to do a special shout out to Miss Marjorie Key. She is not in the world with us anymore. And by the way, if anybody that's watching from Gary, Indiana, got a picture of Miss Key, please send it to me because I would love, love, love to be able to see if we can get to add that in as they are sending everything over to the publishers. So make sure you get that to me as quick as possible because I was looking for it and I could not find it. This lady was such a sweet, kind-hearted woman. You ever had one of those teachers that you knew took interest and pride in their jobs? Well, that was Miss Key. She was one of those people that you could take time and she could see children while the children are teaching or performing or whatever it is that we're doing. We were singing in class. We're in choir and we would go in there and they'd be like, she said, what you gonna do when you grow up? Oh, child. And my goodness, we love Miss Key. Miss Key was so sweet. She was kind-hearted. She was loving. She would take time to listen to you. She listened to where you wanted to go. She knew what was going on and she just took some time. And I used to always say, I want to be on Broadway. Well, now understand this. During the time in Gary when this was somewhere around 1987. 1987 when I graduated. And in Gary, the steel mills is what run Gary. In that whole Midwest area was the U.S. Steel. And at the times we did have real cars, like you hit them and they wouldn't fold up. You hit them and you would have a scratch because we had real steel cars. Nowadays, you hit a car, God forbid, you better be calling and praying and calling on Jesus and make sure you got a lot of insurance. But during that time, we had that. And my mom and my dad both worked in the steel mill. Well, the steel mill was down from 1984 to 1987. In other words, my entire 4 years of high school, from 83 to 87, the steel mill was out of work. My mother wound up going back to work about 2 to 3 weeks before I got ready to go to college. I'm one of these kids that I don't like to let stress my mom out. I didn't want to do any of that. All I wanted to do was be able to do what we need to do. And I would have never known we had any problems. And God knows I didn't realize we were poor in any means, because my mother was a professional cook, and she would make some red beans and rice, make you bite your fingers off. And she put some bacon in there. Then she would make them homemade biscuits. Okay. I got to stay focused. Anyway, during that time, the steel mill was down. And so I really wanted to graduate. So what I did was I made sure that my grades were where they need to be. Children, I hope y'all listening, so I can get the scholarships needed. I knew my talent was in singing and acting. So when Jackson State came through and all of the other colleges, I will go in to do my singing auditions. I got a 4-year degree to go to college at Jackson State in music education. So I got a chance to do that. But Jackson State did not have, I was going to minor in theater, which I still wind up doing it, but they didn't have a theater major. So I had to do what I need to do to get in there. So by any means necessarily, that's how I was doing it. So this is a whole scenario that's not in the book. I'm still reading the book to y'all. So hopefully y'all bear with me. I apologize. I just wanted to give you a little bit of backstory so you can understand what was going on and how my passion was really driving me to get where I needed to go. And I had to come up with a plan of action to be able to get to Broadway. You can say you want to go to Broadway, but if you don't have a plan of action on how you get in there, it's just going to be a want. Style your wants, and your wants don't go anywhere if you don't put some actions to them. But write the plans down so you can be able to know what you're doing. All right. By the way, there's a chapter in there about that. Oh my gosh, this book is raw and uncut. It has a lot of things that I was going through while working through the industry. And please, by any means, let me tell you a couple of things. Number one, I am still an actress. Number two, I still audition. Number three, I'm still I got one more step to get to equity because I went through the afterway. So I have one more credit I need, and I'm going to get mine. I'm so excited. So I want to make sure that we explain all of those things, and it's all in the book. What's EMCs? What's points? What's actors equity? Where is this? What's going on? Where are the audition spots in the city? It tells you everything. It breaks it down for you so you know what to do, where to go, how to get it, how do you get intention of a casting director. But the best part about being with Chats with Babs is you don't have to wonder. We're giving you an opportunity to be able to see people, hear people, talk to people. So you don't have to take my word for it. I'm going to bring the industry to you so you can hear others that are also in the same industry so they can talk to you and give you the real guidance you need. The one thing I'm going to ask you as an audience, if you want your questions answered on Chats with Babs, then you need to leave your questions so we can ask them. Right now, the first person that's coming back up. And by the way, there is a 3-hour video that I have had my team to break down in segments for you, so you can get a chance to digest it, because I know as an actor, Lord have mercy, we are not trying to sit anywhere for 3 hours so you can be able to see something. But this will give you an opportunity so you can really dive into seeing. Oh my gosh, Victoria, they gave you so many nuggets. You really need to sit down and watch the whole 3 hours. But when you do, go with a pencil and paper so you can really, really write down what they're saying. They give you so many different ways of studying and so many different ways of seeing things. It's amazing. And I want to make sure that you have that opportunity of being able to talk to people, get connected. You know, we even have a 12-week course so we can walk you through beginner to Broadway. And for those of you that say, I can't do this. Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can. And the one thing I love about the acting world, and I appreciate about casting directors, they're not expecting you to come in to be Leontine Price or Diana Ross or Michael Jackson or Avery Wilson. They're not expecting you to be them. They want to hear you. They're doing auditions because they're always looking for something new, authentic, that grabs their attention. What can you do with the character? We gave you the basis of the character. Now, what can you do to make this your own? Okay. Don't go so different that you to change the whole show, and we don't even know what style of music the show's in now. But you know, they have contemporary, and you know, and then you got golden age. They have so much there. All right. And by the way, that's in the book. And by the way, you beautiful acting schools, we have named some top schools that I thought should be mentioned, because when you're going in, like myself, when you read the book, you will see that I went in and I was talking to people, and I call myself putting in, I was at Work Theater. Well, Work Theater wasn't real necessarily a theater. It is a theater, but it's inside a high school. So when you start putting things in there, it'll ask you, it shows you how to break down your resume so you can have your resume set up. And I even put my resume in there so you can see some of the work that I have done. It's not everything in there. Every time you go to auditions, your resume should be shifted and geared toward those type of auditions. I understand I did commercials, I did radio, I did film, and stage. So you have a lot of stuff going on, but your resume is only a one page. It's on the back of your picture. I should have brought, you know what? All right. 1 week we're gonna have to bring this up here so you can do it. All right. I'm also going to be doing some other things so you can get a chance. I'm going to pre-record a lot of shows so you can get a chance to see the whole full version. When you see live, you're getting the uncut versions of what I'm doing, but I really, really want you to get a chance to see the full version so you'll know exactly some of the things, and we can be able to add some things in there so you can see visually of what I'm talking about, so you don't feel like that lady's all over the place. No, I really am showing you that step-by-step guide so you can really get where you're going. And I made it alignment. But the best part of Beginner to Broadway, the how-to guide, it is a journal. You have the book, and right after the book, it asks you to do some action steps so you can do it, and you need to write them down. If you follow what I'm telling you along with these guidelines, and look, this is a great gift for Christmas. If you have a child, if you have a adult, or you have a friend, and they just have this passion, every time you turn around, they talking about, oh, I want to see this, I want to do this, I want to do that. Give them the book. Give them the book so they can get started. This way, when they step out, they can get an opportunity of really, really getting a chance to be able to do some things. And London sneak peek. I want to come into the industry a little bit more. We're going to find out more about your acting scene as well. I know about the acting scene here in New York City, but I want to take a little bit more and dive a little bit deeper there. I even talk about the cattle calls where people come in from other cities and states looking for people to audition for their towns. And when you do the summer stock and you go out to their towns and you perform an audition and those, and sometimes it's 4 weeks, 6 weeks, however long that their shows are running. Some shows only run 2 weeks. I talk about those things too in the book, so you'll get a chance to do that. So my book is definitely geared toward acting Broadway, so you can know about the audition scene and the process of what you're doing. So this is a great book for people to understand what's going on. Without further ado, I'm going to get back into this chapter, and then after that, I'm going to end. All right, I was talking about Miss Key. It all began with my passion for performing and my high school teacher, Miss Key, who saw passion burning within me and invested in my destiny. She believed I could make it and pursue my dream of performing on Broadway. My mother, Bessie Reynolds, I love you, Mom, told me to leave Indiana and pursue my dreams right after I graduate with a degree in music education. Y'all know I want to stop right there, right? I said, Mama, why? Why do I have to go get a degree first? Why come I can't just go on Broadway? She said, because I won't have a starving actress. I'm going to have a smart, educated actress that's going to be able to help those while everybody is making their dreams together. She's going to help those get there. Thank God she was smart, because you know what? After you're auditioning and auditioning, you're not making money while you're auditioning. You make money once you get into a show, and not all shows pay you like you think you. Oh, I put that in the book too. How much do you be paid as an actress? Well, I'm glad you asked, because it's in the book. It's in the book. It's in the book. All right, all right. So you got to get this book, man. I'm trying to tell you. I wanted to put the strike in the book. However, second edition. All right, all right. One day after school, Miss Key called me in to go inside her classroom and gave me an envelope. Inside the envelope, it was a $30 ticket to a Broadway musical. Mama, I want to sing. I was so overwhelmed and with joy because my passion to become an actor ran deep. After that moment, I realized someone else believed in me, and wanted to help me pursue my career. Miss Key believed in me. She saw an opportunity for me to make it and invested in my future. Somebody invested in my future. Who's investing in your future? Get around the right people. I rushed home to share the news with my mom, and she was as equally thrilled as I was. When the day of the musical finally arrived, my mom dropped me off at the local high school and I watched it. The show was on tour and it came to Gary, Indiana. I had an amazing seat. I sat close to the stage, but I could barely see the show due to the tears that were streaming down my face. It was like they replayed my life on stage, because I was the girl who wanted to sing. After the show, I went home to my mom and I told her that I wanted to audition for colleges. I wanted to ensure that I could seize my opportunity to perform on Broadway. And I was determined to pursue my goal. I assumed it would be straightforward when I initially embarked on this journey. However, I quickly discovered it was far more challenging than I had imagined. A dream remains a dream until you take those crucial steps to bring it to life. It becomes a new adventure once you start to translate that dream into action. When I arrived to New York City, I was immediately engulfed in the energy and vibrancy of the place. I had to absorb the full essence of what I was about to undertake. I remember standing there, tears from sheer excitement in my eyes, and I felt as though my dream were materialized right in front of me. I couldn't help but recall the song lyrics. If I can make it there, I can make it anywhere. It's up to you, New York, New York. Okay. That's exactly how I felt at that moment. It was time to begin the journey. No one else could do it for me. On the first day, I walked the city streets and boldly declared to everyone I met, hello, my name is Barbara Alexander, and one day I will be performing right here. Passersby chuckled as if I was just another dreamer. Yet deep within, I knew I spoke the truth. Even now, as I write these words, the day feels as vivid as Okay. I see, this is why I can't do audio. This is the problem. I found myself in front of the Metropolitan, overwhelmed with my emotions. I was beyond excited because my dream was finally taking shape. Well, let me explain. Some of you who have yet to understand how significant this dream was. When I attended college at Jackson State University, they did not offer a degree in musical theater. Consequently, I pursued a degree in music education, focusing on voice. Given my passion for singing, this path seemed quite fitting. However, it afforded me a 4-year college scholarship to attend college. At JSU, our training revolved around classical music as a foundation, which equipped us to transition seamlessly into any musical style. This comprehensive understanding of the origins of music empowered me to venture in any direction I chose. That little step helped me to get to be even a greater. So I got a chance now. I don't have to just do Broadway or contemporary Broadway, because people always think, oh, immediately you sing gospel. No, I have to have a whole range to be able to do all kinds of things. And thank God that I had an opportunity to travel as an opera singer around to several different countries and perform, because that's another passion that I wind up falling in love with. And I would have never had, I would have never thought I had that opportunity to do. And I thank God for them to being able teaching us this, because at first I was like, you got to be kidding, classical music. I know nothing about classical music, but it gave me an opportunity to learn more about it. Okay. I remember Times Square. Oh, I didn't finish. This comprehensive understanding of the origins of music empowered me to venture in any direction I chose. While I enjoyed being an opera singer, I held one singular ambition, and that was to grace the Broadway stage. I remember Times Square, the lights, the cameras, the action. It was a dream come true. I paused, absorbing the moment, but reality soon set in. Which direction do I take? Where do I even begin? What's the first step? And that's the end of the first chapter. So, guys, I truly hope that you get a chance to, even if you're not an actor and you want to just enjoy a book, which after reading there, maybe I should do an Audible. I know I got to stay on focus. So I truly hope that you guys take time and purchase the book. And thank you so much for joining me today and allowing me to read chapter 1 of Beginner to Broadway. And make sure you take time. And there is a journal prompt there. And I'm not going to read it. You're going to read it yourself. See you soon. This has been Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach, coming to you live right here in my house. I love you guys much. And if you are really serious and you really, really are ready to take the steps that need to be taken, there is a 12-week course, Beginning to Broadway. We're going into the first quarter of the year in January. I wouldn't miss it if I were you. That the class itself walks you through the steps, bring in people for you to talk to, so we can really make sure you get where you're going. All right? Why don't you join me? See you guys soon. This has been Babs Alexander, your international vocal coach. Bye. And I'm back to YouTube, my favorite part of the day. So listen, guys, we always talk to you so many times about everything that we're doing here on Chats with Babs. Make sure that you like, click, and subscribe, because you do not want to miss these upcoming classes and programs and podcasts that we have. If you have not had a chance to see all of the podcasts, I know, because it's live and somebody can tell me how to change this will be great. But you have to go to the live section and you'll get a chance to see all of the different things that we've been doing and all the people we've been interviewing. We want to have you here. We want to make sure this stage, this platform stage is interactive in that you are growing on this channel. I am Babs, the international vocal coach. I train professional speakers, professional singers. And yes, does that mean me? Yes, because you're growing into your character of what you want to do, and actors, so you can be able to win it. Let's talk about the Black Friday special. On Black Friday, we will be having how to win your audition 4-week workshop. You don't want to miss that. There's a crazy special for that that's coming out. And I've already told my team to put it out now so you guys can sign up, because I am going to be taking groups of 30 at a time. Guess what? It could either be hybrid, which means on Zoom, or in person. So say, for instance, you want to make it in person and you're in Barcelona. If you're in Barcelona and you want me to be able to come, then that means that I have to be able to come in and bring, you got to have a group of people, so I'll come in to you. Okay. If not, talk to us. You can get more information on Babs at internationalvocalcoach.com, and I'll be more than happy to give you all the information you need so you can be able to get us in your area. Without further ado, thank you so much, guys. Thank you for joining us, and thank you for being a wonderful, wonderful audience. Again, that's internationalvocalcoach.com, and you can be able to get what you need to go a step further. And guess what? Fun's Voice Lessons for Kids Crazy Sale is going on sale Black